Hello and welcome again to another episode of Backlog Weekly. Since I missed last week's video, we are going to go through 2 weeks worth of progress today. So, since last time I had a half a dozen different games on my list, so you might think that I have a full dozen this time, right? Not quite. As a matter of fact, I haven't beaten a single game since the previous video, and that's because of 2 things. Skyrim and a mild burnout. I'll cover the unpleasant bit in a bit more detail so I can get it off my chest. This is sort of a personal thing right now. As I'm eager to always point out, I have 351 games currently on my backlog. And new games seem to be coming out all the freaking time. All the freaking time. Just this week, Hotline Miami 2 and Ori and the Blind Forest released. And those are both games that I really wanna try to play out. While they're still fresh, I might add. Or somewhat fresh. And this situation really stresses me out every now and then. So then added on to this, I like to do some calculations on my idle time. Sort of count things in my head, things and stuff. A few weeks ago I figured I could estimate how long clearing my backlog would take with my current pace. And the answer was 5 years. It would take 5 years for me to play through my whole backlog with the current pace, counting in only about half a dozen new purchases each year. So that's gonna be a lot of new releases just going totally unnoticed by me, which I just couldn't have the time to play them, and I'm just struggling to redeem myself from this pile that I've gathered by now. So like I'd be 30 years old by the end of that 5-year period, and that really got to me somewhat. So I realized that at that point that I'm really neck deep in all of this, and I did some more counting. I figured if I beat about 80 games a year, I'd get through it all in about 3 years. That seemed a lot more reasonable, as opposed to the 5-year thing, but obviously still needed some extra effort, or otherwise I would be hitting the mark already. As in, I would already be on that pace, so I needed to figure out something more. So I figured I'd just play more off-stream. I stopped playing off-stream a couple of hours every other night. And there we find the actual problem, the cause of the mild burnout. You see, I work full-time, that's 40 hours a week gone right there. I stream 24 hours a week, so that's quite a lot of gameplay time there already. Like, average person plays what, like 6-8 hours maybe. I play 24, so that's quite a lot, and that's the most I feel comfortable streaming on a steady schedule. I've like upped that a couple of times already in the past, and now that I've taken to making these videos on Fridays, which used to be my only off day from stream related stuff, now I have no off days right now. And then I try to cram, 2 or 3 hours of game time, off-stream gaming, onto almost every day. Like 5 days a week. It just doesn't happen. It's just not doable. Especially when I wanna, at least like a couple of times a week, maybe see my friends, and I need to do some everyday basic stuff as well to simply stay alive. So I got to do that for like a week, and then I was completely exhausted after that. I just couldn't do it anymore. I was just completely wasted after that. And then I had like a week of just thinking about it. I was just constantly rolling over about the fact that I need to play more games. Even Skyrim is taking even longer than I expected it to. And no. And now I'm just with this with this conversation, I'm sort of just letting it go. And that brings us to the present. So my Skyrim playthrough is currently going on its 3rd week, with like 60 plus hours on the clock, and there's still 20 or 10 to 20 hours still to go at least, because I still have like side quests to do. I think I'm fairly far in the main quest line, but I still have a lot of side quests that I wanna do because they seem interesting. And that's just like I said, I've just begun to accept this fact, because I made the decision going into Skyrim that I'm gonna take my time with this game instead of rushing it like I did with Oblivion. And I do believe that was a good decision. Because I really enjoy playing Skyrim. And it's been a lot of fun. I really like just upgrading my equipment. Getting more skills. The perk system has actually been a lot better than what I expected it to be. And it just really... yeah, I just wanna enjoy it. Get the most out of it. And there's still gonna be a lot of stuff that I won't do. And pretty much most of the Companion and Mages Guild. Especially like those other big quest lines. I'm probably not even gonna touch those too much. But there's just so many smaller side quests that I really wanna do those. And I'm just gonna take my time. Gonna keep taking my time with it this week. And even if it means that my real life quest for for the empty backlog is gonna be slightly slowed down. I might turn 30 before I get there. That's how it goes. All in all, at least that's been a good life lesson, so that in the end I'm playing these games because I want to be entertained by them, rather than pushing through them like they're an obstacle that I gathered in front of my face and I just need to push through it. Push through it, which is just not gonna... it's gonna take all the fun out of it, and by the end of it I'm probably not gonna wanna play games anymore, so it's just gonna be stupid. So, like I said, most likely I'm gonna get through this game this week, and I'm gonna try to sort of push it a little bit, because I have already been playing it for 60 plus hours, and if I play a little bit extra this week, I'm probably gonna get closer to 80 hours by the end of it still, even if I press to it this weekend. But in case I don't, should it be that there's just gonna be that many interesting quests, or maybe there's more to the main quest line that I realize, because I don't exactly know. There could be a lot more to it than I think. But at least now I won't panic over it anymore. I feel perfectly happy with what I've achieved, and in a few days we can move on to Hand of Fate finally, which has been waiting for me for the last couple of weeks. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, and see you next week. And for this week's highlight, I'm gonna have the secret Macarena dance of invisible weapon. Enjoy. The difficulty. Do the boogie! Whee! Hey, Macarena! Hey, Macarena! That was beautiful. Oh yeah, now I can hit without the weapon. Also, I'm almost dead. That was a beautiful time stopper.